Ha ha ha. Hey folks, let me know if you can all hear me well. We'll get started. I think we have a bunch of clouds, so if they move away a little bit, I'll start showing you more and more data, like live sun, but we also have other things to cover right now. We also need to talk about the fireballs and what's going on there. So there is quite a bit of activity happening there, so we can cover majority of the stuff without sun coming in. I just put the live stream for you there so that you can see when the sun is coming, we can go rush to the telescope and then point back. So what you are watching on the screen now is the solar scope looking at pretty much the clouds. That's what we are dealing with. Bunch of clouds there. So if they go away, I mean, I was watching it loud and clear. Thank you. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate that. Good to see everyone here. Thank you for coming in. Faithful Metal, thank you for joining the stream. Blue Jay, thank you. Way Up North, thank you. Hello everyone. So we have quite a bit we wanted to handle it today. So we'll talk about maybe briefly sun, if it is coming out of the clouds there. We will see. And if the sun wants to shy away from us and stay behind the clouds, then we'll deal with the fireball. So I did put, just in case, like 2 topics to cover. Deborah, thank you for joining from Virginia. Akhil Beach, thank you. Greetings from Germany. Thank you for joining. Beyond the Visible Scotland, thank you for joining. So we'll get started, folks. We are looking at live sun, and we also wanted to see if we can make sense out of what we are looking at. I'll try to keep one more session for surprise from Arizona. Thank you. Ray from North Wales. Kaylee, thanks for joining. If the sun shows up, I would definitely wanted to take advantage of looking at the sun first. It's getting very, very bright, so I'm not looking at my telescope. So there you go, folks. We are watching the live sun right now. Way Up North, thank you for the support. Appreciate. One of the best YouTube channels. Thank you for saying that. No, I wanted to keep it real, as much real as possible. I know we wanted to stay away from, bunch of clouds we are dealing with, so we'll deal with it. But I'll keep that stream going on, see if we can keep track of our sun. It is behind the clouds now. You can see it. It wasn't behind the clouds when I started, and clouds rolled in, so. And you can see briefly the solar spots there. If you can see a little bit, you will see the solar spots right here, but we can adjust it once the clouds go away. Thank you. Harper, thank you for joining. Hello. Spence, thank you for joining. So let's get started, folks. There is quite a hello from Portugal. Rodriguez, thank you for joining. Can you make the mouse arrow bigger? This is probably a good size arrow, and I don't like small tiny arrows. I'll be looking everywhere. Where is that? So a big sunspot, yeah. If you can see, look at that. That's what I was thinking to show you all, but the clouds rolled in and I didn't get a good, yeah, look at that, guys. That's what we are dealing with. I know we are watching it behind the clouds. It's not the perfect way to look at sun, but as long as you're seeing some of it, I'm glad you are able to do it. Oh, stock market updates from India. Thank you for joining. Greetings from Turkey. Thank you. Monica, thank you from Connecticut, I believe. Spain, thank you. So there is a bunch of stuff. We wanted to handle it today while the sun is doing whatever is going on. There is quite a bit of talk about the fireballs. Okay, so it's been going on forever, and they've been talking about the fireballs probably last month or so, right? We are watching these fireballs coming and going. People are reporting mainly that they are seeing these meteors, kind of rocks, come in and they hit the houses and they fall into on their roofs, make holes into their walls. So that's what we are hearing quite a lot. So I wanted to cover that. I wanted to show you some data, and I wanted to show you everything that I'm tracking to see if it makes sense. Just to give you a summary of what I'm dealing with, there is an uptick of these fireball incidents happening, no doubt about that. Now, what we are trying to find is, we don't know where they are coming from. Obviously, it could be just an anomaly that we are dealing with. We don't want to jump to the conclusions that these are coming from 3I Atlas, the comet, or coming in from the Great Comet 2026. I think that would be very quick assumptions that we can make. But unless there is some evidence, maybe someone is going to look at those rocks that are coming in and test it and make sure that these are in fact coming in from, a comet or anything else. So this is a fireball season. Yes, the Edward Sheldon, you are right. I reported that before. I have a video on my channel that right now, between particularly Jan through March, generally there is an uptick of fireballs. They come all the time. So we don't need to worry too much about being worrying too much about the fireballs at this moment. So that's something that maybe we need to pay attention to, but not really get worried too much about something is happening. The reason why we wanted to pay attention to these fireballs was if they are not coming from the usual meteor cycles, then if they are abnormal, we do need to know, because we have quite a bit of anomalies everywhere, and we don't want to close our eyes and believe that everything is good, right? That's not going to be nice on our part. So we wanted to know what they are. That's why we are trying to figure out. But the high level data that we are watching at least shows that it's not that big of an anomaly yet. We are not seeing quite a bit of action, but we are seeing quite a bit of action, but they are not alarming at this moment. So let me briefly show you what I'm dealing with here. So these are the reports coming in from, I'll zoom it out for you guys, so that way you can see it. So this is the real fireball reports that are out there, that are being reported currently by the world. The idea was, if these fireballs are coming in, the process is there is a report opportunity that people can do, right? And if they report to that Center for Near Earth Objects, CNEOS, Center for Near Earth Objects Society, it's like a non-profit affiliated by some other NASA organizations as well. And there are some volunteers and people who are interested in getting this thing done. They do this all the time. Okay, so I wanted to make sure, rather than hearing from everyone, I do wanted to see, I can show you a bunch of videos, but really, let's look at the data, figure out what's going on there. The American Meteor Society, Brian Smith, that's really what I'm looking at. The AMS, they call it American Meteor Society. They also are affiliated to the CNEOS, the Center for Near Earth Objects. By the way, interestingly, they also track comets and they also track asteroids. So at this moment, we are not out of the woods yet. We are still dealing with quite a bit of extraordinary information from them. We still are getting reports coming in from these websites. So let me show you what I am seeing right now. I'm just tracking the sun on the side over there to make sure I don't lose the sun from my telescope view. Now, just look at the last events that are happening. The other thing that I was thinking was, there is a report out there that says that they are mainly coming in the US. They are not coming in other countries, right? Chris, thank you for joining. Thank you for supporting the channel. Appreciate your support. I do have pictures that I need to send you all. I was traveling last week, most of the week, so I could not actually make any videos. I was literally out in 2 different states. I was traveling for work, so I could not do any reporting. Usually I prepare them late in the evening. I could not spend time. I was very busy, so I could not post any videos or anything. There is quite a bit piled up now because I was away from at least 4 days now. So what's happening now is, let's take a look at the data, right? Satish, thank you for joining. Earth Alliance, thank you from Albania. Thank you. So the question that came in from Miss is, so the sun starting its dying phase earlier than expected? Hell no. I mean, our source is sun. I mean, we have another 4.5 billion years with our sun. So we are nowhere near sun is, think of like middle-aged right now, right? So we have quite a bit of time left with sun, not in our lifetimes, not in the next 20 generations lifetime or 2000. We are talking 4.5 billion years. So we have quite a bit of time. So I don't think, yeah, I do wanted to make sure we need to pay attention to the data, right, as well. The sun is not dying, Cheryl, that is correct. Sun is one of the most active so anyway, 5 billion, 4.5 billion. Yeah, I mean, really, that's what is happening now. So let's talk about the data while we are looking at the live sun a minute. Lori, thanks for joining from Calgary. Thank you. So, number of events, when you start looking at it, there are 2 reported last couple of days, like today actually. Today is March 29th from South Australia. So the observers' names are also given to the right. These are real people, and their experience level in terms of how many times they reported and whether the data is credible is also given, which is nice. And looking at that, and you're looking at the data coming from US, in the last day, we are talking probably around 20 plus sightings. That's quite a bit of data. Okay, looking at all this. This is one day, 28. Look at all the US data that's happening. So this is still 29. So by the way they report is the way it works, right? When you report into the American Meteor Society, they group these by events. So this is an event, right? So when you go to that event, these are all the people that reported that event. So the event happening near I believe Tennessee and Kentucky and Indianapolis, like somewhere in that region, somewhere here. And the folks from all these areas saw this event, and it is being reported by these people. So when that is happening and the recorded event is there, so there are 29 reports about a fireball over multiple states. Sunday, today, March 29th, probably this is early in the hours, morning time, and that's how these reports come, right? Now, let me go back to the events again. Give me a second. So this is what we are dealing with, right? So give me a second. I'm going to re-sort this again. I sorted it earlier by event. That way, yeah, we can start looking at some of these. The latest event that was reported actually is today. So this was literally reported by a single person here. That's what we are dealing with. So what happens when you report these, right? When you report these goes up the food chain in terms of someone has to validate whether this data is accurate. And if this data is accurate, if this data is correct, they determine by looking at the satellite pictures and other stations that are tracking the meteors, the all sky cameras, everything, right? They can tell us how big the asteroid or the meteor or that piece of fireball that we are looking at is. And we also will have an opportunity to know the speed of these asteroids. So some people are claiming that these asteroids are in fact, or the meteors you can call it, are in fact coming really slow. Technically, you can see them coming slow, but if you are familiar watching the meteor showers, they do take time. Like particularly in the nighttime, some of them when we see, they go drop like that. Some of them you can see the speed in which they are coming, and some of them do take time to go through because of the size, because whether they exploded in the sky before or not. So if they exploded in the sky before, chances are they will be coming in slow because you're looking at the rest of the pieces. If they haven't exploded and they are coming in, they go like really fast, right? So because they are directly coming from space to the Earth, maintaining more speed because of Earth's gravity is pulling it, right? So that's what is happening there. So we need to take a look at the data coming in from these AMS, the American Meteor Society, or the Center for Near Earth Object, and see how many people reported. And also there is one more thing, is about the magnitude, right? If the magnitude is in the minus numbers, which is mostly during the day, if you are seeing it, means they're extremely bright, right? So that possibility of extremely bright is going to tell us these are really meteors, right? If they are like lightweight, there could be pieces of maybe coming in from some other piece of a satellite or piece of something. I think you can say that. But if they come in to show you more magnitude, then chances are these are actually coming in from some real source of comets or any other pieces of the fragments that we are watching. So magnitude will give away what these are. If they are less in magnitude, meaning positive numbers or low minus numbers, then chances are they may be artificial, right? But if they are like minus 21, minus 18, those kind of huge numbers, then like these are natural ones. They are potentially not. There is a possibility that even if the satellites break up or some other object that we have in the sky broke up, and if they do end up coming into the atmosphere, they might turn out to be very, very bright. But it won't last long because there isn't enough material out there that's going to keep it burning. But if it's a meteor, chances are it may have collected quite a bit of the brightness as part of these meteors as well. So looking at the last 29, which is, I believe today, this event that I was pointing it earlier, this is the event that we are watching a minute ago. This is the one that we saw. And other events, looking at, I'm going back in time now. So looking at this data that we are looking at, there is a definite uptick. But at this moment, what we are looking at is the reports that are coming in from like multiple people. Let me go to this event and show you what I mean. When you see something like this, right, where I believe this is south of Canada, near Oregon, north of Boise, north of Idaho, there is a report out there coming in, almost 86 reports near British Columbia. This is coming in on March 29th. If these many people reported, you can definitely trust something is happening for sure. I'm making sure my sun is still in front of us. If the clouds go away, I'll show you guys the live sun. We are tracking whole bunch of clouds there. Anyway, let's go back to the fireballs. I'm keeping that on a screen a little bit to the side so I can keep track of it. So if these many people are reporting it, chances are this is real, right? So there are too many AI videos, and if you look at Facebook, if you look at the X platform, Instagram platform, it's very difficult to figure out which is real, which is not, which is unfortunately the problem. So I would jump into the amsmeteors.org and take a look at amsmeteors.org website and see if anybody reported. Let's say if something is happening near Houston, if somebody reported or not. I think that will give you the idea. And you always can check for, like I'll show you this. You can always look for your country, the date when it was reported, and with sound, with fragmentation, you can always look at those events. Okay. Mary, thanks for joining the live stream. Thank you for catching me live. Good to be on board from Southern California. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate joining the channel. Yeah, so we can talk about the colors of these as well. They do bring quite a bit of show, right? When they come in, most of them are like white, but some of them are red. It all depends on what they are carrying, how much speed they are. Yeah, thank you, Cheryl. How much that you are watching. Yeah, folks, I have so many subscribers from various countries. Any profane language, I will remove you from the channel. Thank you. All right. So anyway, so coming back to the meteors, if you are looking at your country, looking at what's happening, I don't think there is a problem if you can take a look at that event and if it is reported. That is one place definitely I would go to look at it. I wanted to show you more. Okay. So this is point A of my source. The other one is I take a look at this AMS website for latest videos that got reported. And you can see, obviously, these are somebody else's data. So I don't want to claim that I'm giving full credit to whoever reported this. So you can see some of these are reported as a website as well. You can see if they have uploaded. The good part about it is if you come down here, they also talk about, this is reported by Pedro Fernandez. I'm giving you full credit, Mr. Pedro. And this is AMS event, whatever that is, right? That event number is. Once the event number is there, we will have an opportunity to measure how big these asteroids or meteors or the piece of the puzzle is, right? So we can start tracking them, the meteor activity, by looking at if once the satellites and once the live sky cameras look at the data, they can figure out the size of the asteroid, the size of the meteor, the speed in which it is coming in. And you will be surprised when I tell you, they come in at an extraordinary speed. Okay, we are talking about comets coming in. The meteors, when they come in, those flashes of reports that are coming in, they come in at an extraordinary speed. And the speed ranges anywhere from 1,000 to 50,000 miles per hour. I'm giving the other extreme, and they are extremely fast, extremely bright. Ember, thank you for your support. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you, thank you. No, the sun is not going to blow up Matthew, that's for sure. Okay, so there is a little bit of an uptick of the activity, and we are trying to figure out what's going on. So this is captured like a monster fireball that was captured by Eric Fraser. I believe I'm saying his name correctly. This is in New Hampshire, and I'm sure this would have been a fantastic video. Yeah, look at that. And this was reported on October 17, 2025. So they do put quite a bit of a show when we look at them. So I believe these are the main sources that I'm looking at right now. I do have statistics that are done, and I'm going to share in the next videos that I'm going to post. Please look for my videos coming in. I'm going to have all the stats, all the records of every month in the last few years that were done. And I did that once before, and it reported that it's always, April until April, Jan through April, these are common. I believe there is a question. 19 Cree, thank you for the support. Is it dangerous? At this moment, we are looking at the stats, and are they dangerous? Most of them are not, right? Unfortunately, there is no way to say 100% sure they are dangerous or not. It's almost like thunderstorms, right? Unless they strike you, you still are okay looking at those thunderstorms. Same is true with these fireballs too. If they come and fall on our houses, yeah, definitely they are quite a bit dangerous. But most of these meteors burn up in the atmosphere. Like 99% of the chance. There is a very limited chance. We have not seen a whole lot that do come in and fall. And if they do happen to fall that way, we can claim that these are in fact coming in and stay on the ground. A piece of it will stay on the ground as well. Like 99%, they will just go away. People do report seeing holes in their walls. People do report like holes in their roofs. There is if it is a much bigger boom that is happening, then very rarely we have seen them as well. They will break, like, because of the sound, they might break glasses and windows, and they will shatter the windows and all that. But those are extremely limited. The amount of time that you will have a serious impact of these coming in and hitting us, very limited. So I wouldn't go worried about these ones at this moment. The thing that interests me, as I guess you can call me cosmic ray, or I track all these things all the time. I wanted to know where they are coming from. That's what my interest was, right? Initially, I was thinking these are coming in when they were reported from some comet, which is always true, right? Majority of these are coming from comets. Thank you, Kri. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, majority of them are from comets. But I wanted to know which comet is passing by. I wanted to show you one more. If the sun is behaving well today, I wanted to show you something. I will make this bright, okay? What I have seen, and I went live today because of that reason, when I saw this making it extremely bright like this, I saw a small star kind of thing here. I was thinking about that live sun that I'm looking at, and I for sure thought that could be a comet. I was looking at the data. Let me show you what I mean. Right now, the sun is at a right ascension, RA is at 33 and declination is like 3 degrees. That's what where sun is right now. And I was looking at this comet, which is comet 78P. Okay. So this comet right now, if you take a look at where this comet is, look at it. It's like right next to the sun. It's actually came in this morning much closer and it is going away from sun. So I was thinking, I'm looking at this comet when I was tracking sun here. It was on the right side of the sun when I'm from my camera angle, and it is like somewhere here in this area, like a tiny bit. I did take a picture though. Let me see if I can find a picture of that. Let me see. I'm looking at the picture that I took this morning of something next to the sun. And I'm trying to show you the picture now, okay? It's really difficult for me to... Let me save this image. It's my picture, so I have no issues. So this is the picture that I took this morning. The sun is really bright and I'm seeing this one tiny little thing. Whenever I move sun, it is also moving along with the sun. And if I make sun very bright, this is going away. And if I make it like lesser bright and only see the sun, this is not coming. So I'm sure this is not Yeah, I heard Stefan mentioning that uptick of fireballs about 3i Atlas. I don't know about whether these are from 3i or whether these are from Comet 2026. If you want me to bet, I would bet on Comet 2026 more than 3i Atlas at this moment. Because 3i, I have a new video coming up. Please do subscribe to my channel. I wanted to talk about what 3i Atlas is or what it can be. I wanted to talk about that. Based on all the pictures, based on all the knowledge that we gained about 3i Atlas, I wanted to post a video, so please do subscribe, please do come back to this channel. I will have next couple of days maybe a video coming up regarding that one. Cheryl, thank you. Yeah, so this is the one I saw. And also look at the way I focused it quite well. Miss, thank you for your support. Appreciate that. Appreciate that super sticker. Yeah, so I did my due diligence before I report this to you, right? I focused extremely well because this one looks a little bit elongated, right? Like a little bit like a cometary kind of look, right? So I focused very, very well. I moved it along. I moved the camera a little bit so that when I rotate the camera, is it rotating? I wanted to see that. I did all that kind of a work, and I don't know, it could be a planet or it could be a comet or it could be anything. I did try to resolve it, but the only thing that came close to me was the Comet 78P. That's the only one that is out there really close to the sun. And I thought, I'm looking at that 78P. This morning, actually, it was much closer. almost like next to the sun, and it boom, it is now going. So when the sun grazer comets go near the sun, they immediately go rush away from sun. They go extreme speed, right? So you might see 1 minute close to the sun, within 20 minutes you will see them visibly away from the sun, because sun is going to push them out like really fast. So this 78P was like this close to the sun this morning, and it pushed out. So I mean, maybe that was 78P, but I'll keep that picture and see if we in fact took the picture of took the picture of 78P. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I will upload it and see if someone can resolve it. We'll see how that works. So Sunday, folks, most of the time, either on Saturday or Sunday, I'm trying to keep the live stream on. That way I can connect and spend a little time with the folks here. Maureen, you're not late. I think you can go back and look at what I was showing. I think we are tracking quite a bit of an action from the meteors. I was sharing that with everyone. And I'm showing you the live sun. Unfortunately, we are hitting by clouds. Let me see if the clouds got cleared a little bit. It has very visible I believe the clouds are still there. Let me see. Yeah, you see that? If I reduce the brightness, you will start seeing the clouds coming in. I just kept it. Yeah, the sun is looking very active today. I thought of sharing those pictures with you all. Yeah, it has. Let me try to see if I can show you this picture behind the clouds. It's all hazy because of the clouds. Yeah, it's all hazy because of the clouds, and you can see, I'm assuming, sunspots behind. You can see all the prominences and everything else. And it's quite a bit active. Like this is the big one I have. I'll take a small snapshot of this. Let me see if I'm on color. I do wanted to send you all color pictures if I can. So I just took one more picture, and the picture that I took is going to, oh, it's not bright enough. My goodness. Yeah, look at that. It's very, very wild. Very wild. I'm trying to show you. Where is 3i Atlas, you're asking? Well, 3i Atlas is now away from Jupiter. Let me show you where it is going. It is now pretty close to that orbit of Jupiter right now, but it is now away from Jupiter. But I have a video coming up. Please stay tuned about the 3i Atlas, what 3i Atlas could be, right? That's what I was working on. Let me see if I can show you the location of 3i. It is going away from Jupiter as we speak. So this is the location of the 3A atlas that you are seeing. So it is kind of, on its way out. It's close to 16 Psyche, which is that asteroid, like huge asteroid that's out there. But there is a video coming up. I wanted you to take a look at it. So here is a report on the fireball report that we were talking about a minute ago. This is basically what they are saying about the activity that is happening out there, the outlook. And what I was sharing earlier with you today was the reports that are out there. The number of reports that I'm seeing now, I'll share with you in my next video. I took all this data, I exported all of them, and I created a bar chart which is going to show you, and this is what is coming by the country right now. If you look at these fireballs, right, this is what AMS is reporting. I'm just showing you whatever is there in this bar chart. So we see in 2025, the entire year, we had 526 fireball reports, and now we are looking at close to 129 as of March. So if you are asking me, are they more? Probably they will be in the same as the last year. Let me show you this data. This is basically, at least shows you where we are with relative to the last year's data, right? So this year we are at 129 reports so far, compared to the 526 fireball reports. That we were tracking before, right? So we have seen very similar reports. The one that I usually take a look at was the one that is in this purple color. If more people report, you can trust that more. If they are 10, less than 10, they could be like yes and no, right? But more orange, more purple would be your best bets. So if you are looking at these ones, right now you look at 26, that's a pretty good number. 25 events, pretty good number. So we are looking at least credible information of 50 to 60 events this year so far, right? Donna, thank you for that. Jason, I'm calling now myself as Cosmic Ray. I believe I don't need to explain what things that I do, and I can just say, here is who I am. That explains everything. And I started liking it, that name. So I'm adapting that to myself. That's what is going on. Thank you, Jason, for pointing that out. So yeah, you saw the statistics now compared to last year's and this year. So if you have questions in your mind about fireballs, this might have cleared a little bit. Sina, I have a beautiful accent. I don't know what I call that as. No, I originally from India. I came here to US maybe 26, 30 years ago. So been here for a while. I kept my accent as original as possible. I didn't, you can call it American wash my accent by speaking the local accent. I kept whatever I had in my head before as real as possible. So you can say that. Okay, so this is by month what we are dealing with now. So if you are asking me, how am I doing by month? This is since 2006. So if someone is asking you, like, how things happen. The Jan, Feb, March usually get the 400 in number, right? They are pretty consistent in terms of January, February and March. They are very much those numbers stay as they, pretty big numbers. April, we might see a little bit of low numbers, so we can see if the number is coming down in April, then we know that these are natural fireballs, right? And then by November, we have all those meteor showers, so that increases the chances of more fireballs coming in by the month of November. Month of November is a good time actually to see the meteor shower. Rest of the time, they are pretty much close to that 400 number. And let me show you one more thing. This is very interesting. Reports per country, right? Most often you get a report from these highly populous countries. Technology is now everywhere. What I'm noticing is more eyes on the sky, more reports come. So US, Canada, Alaska, India, China, Africa, Australia, that's where the reports, majority of the folks are there, population wise. Even in the South America, you get pretty big reports from there. So that's really the data points that you can see per country. And I'm doing it by event location. That way at least you know what's happening. Look at that. That's so weird. The fireball events with 10 or more mainly reported in US. And that's the data point that someone is looking at it and say, well, everything is happening in the US. That's not true, because if you wait a while, this data will come in from everywhere, and in the table that we saw before, the statistics, these numbers are from all the countries. We have seen some uptick for sure with US, but that's not precisely what's happening, because look at all the previously data, right? You had 263,000 from US, similar number from Alaska, and Canada reported 17,000, and Brazil, the numbers goes down as you go by the country now, right? US has more interest. They have more sky cams, I believe, since the beginning. So we are reporting quite a bit, and I think we'll see how these will span out in the next few months. And if they stay in that 400 number, these are usual fireballs. Otherwise, we are now dealing with some major anomaly. That's what we are dealing with. So anyway, I showed you this few minutes ago. This was a live sun picture that I took, and I did see a small, I'm assuming it may be a comet, but I haven't seen. If it is a comet, it's huge. So I do wanted to upload these pictures somewhere to see if I can get credibly what kind of data I'm looking at. Very interesting. But we are going to do the same thing when we are going to look at Comet 2026. We will. That's what I was playing with. I wanted to see if I can show you all Comet 26 or not. Luckily, I was able to give you that picture. So let me, I think I lost sun. Let me try. Oh, it's over there. Oh, look at that. I didn't lose it. It's just hiding behind the clouds. So we are good. Yeah, that's what the picture that we were looking at earlier. Our sun, unfortunately, is behind the cloud, folks. So that's what we are dealing with. So just sharing this data point, like for you all to look at it. 2026, we are looking at 129 fireball reports so far, and these are common. Like up to the month of March, we always see quite a bit of fireball reports. We are talking about since 2006, so it's not really bad data yet. So we will keep track. We'll keep track next few months, at least April and May, and see if we are around this number or not. If the number in April reports like a huge anomaly, like almost like a 400, there is something definitely going on. That's what we are dealing with. So thank you everyone for joining the live stream, folks. I do wanted to show you that live pictures of sun, and we are tracking all these meteor events all over US, and I did compile into a small video, and these are from everywhere. I put that all together in like one short compilation. That's why it's easier to see. People reporting it from Houston, people reporting it from Ohio, people reporting from the British Columbia. There's quite a bit of places. You have seen the map that I was showing you earlier. A lot of locations are reporting, a lot of states are reporting. The other thing that I have in mind, I will actually will ask you in a poll here. Let me see. I'm going to show you live fireball tracking in the nighttime if the sky is clear. I will not talk. I will not show up myself unless there is some event going on. But at least for a couple of hours, maybe 2-3 hours, I'll show you the live sky in the sky cam. I think it's worth doing it because, I mean, if these are what they are, chances are we might get. I believe I'm asking a question in the chat. If you are interested, let me know. I can go live and show you. Please do subscribe to my channel, and I take pictures of comets. I have a lot of science videos, astronomy videos. If you are not interested, just skip the video. Don't unsubscribe, because you will see something that is always interesting. I cover various topics, so you might have maybe 4 out of 10 topics that you might be interested. So please stay in the channel. Please look at the notifications that are coming in. And if you do like, share basically your ideas on the channel. Please feel free to comment. I always look at and read the comments. I may not be able to respond every one of them, but I usually, give a heart symbol or give a like as much as I can. I do read them. So please do put that. And if you join as a member to my channel, that supports our channel. So you might have seen my last video that I posted. The video that I posted about is the Comet 2026 video. I posted it last night. So check on the YouTube. Make sure that you are watching that video. In that video, you are seeing some walls, like the concrete walls out there. And the reason why you are seeing them is because I'm noticing quite a bit of wind coming in, particularly when I'm dealing with like nighttime or daytime or whatever is going on. And I have no way to control my telescopes and take a decent picture of anything. So if you are seeing the walls in my behind a little bit, I just kept it out on the side and I still show the nature. But those walls are to protect from these scopes from the wind. So that way they don't come and like make these pictures go bad, right? That's really what's happening. They come in the night time too. Even though I watch my AccuWeather all the time, it messes up the picture suddenly. So I thought those walls will help. Maureen, thank you for saying that. Your grandson said you the reason he's totally into science. He's 15. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I mean, you have to learn. If you wanted to get rid of or stay above the AI, now learning more and more about astrophysics is going to help you stay ahead of the AI, because AI can definitely add value to the astrophysics more than anything else. Chances of your son picking a astrophysics career is good, and for him succeeding in the career is really high if he selects that. And also maybe aeronautical or any other space engineering, that's where we are going to go in future. There will be some major event and we'll all try to get away from the earth or hide somewhere. We have to figure it out. Yes, is sun a giant bomb going off? No. I wouldn't call it a giant. It's a fusion, right? So think of a nuclear reaction than a giant bomb, because when the fusion happens, which is the electrons are jumping out and leaving the protons as single protons and single electrons, that's when the plasma happens there. From these hydrogen and helium atoms, you are seeing a lot of energy getting released, similar to nuclear stuff, right? That's what you're dealing with. So it creates that fourth state matter, right? You have solids, you have liquids, and then you have gas, and then you have plasma. So when plasma gets created, when fusion happens, plasma gets created. It creates that fourth state matter. They call it fourth state matter for a reason, because it's neither liquid nor solid nor gas. It's one of those materials that looks like solar wind, which is the high energy protons or high energy electrons. That's what you're dealing with. I don't want to give you an analogy, but for you to remember, think of homeless, right? So these atoms, when they get split, they become homeless, and plasma is kind of a stateless, homeless material out there. That's easy way to explain it. How, Vincent, you're asking how useful would be a lunar base? I believe, based on what we have seen, the lava tubes under the moon are the best places to hide something, and having, it doesn't matter whether it is moon or whether it is somewhere else, having a plan B is always good. You do need a place to escape, and more homeless comets, Lucia. Yeah, no, I was talking about the plasma. So, Maureen, you are saying a tiny Big Bang? No, it's not tiny. It's a yeah, you can tiny Big Bang. Yeah, you can. I don't know. I don't want to comment on. Big Bang is a completely different story. That's not plasma. That's not fusion. We don't even know what Big Bang is. And I'm sure it is a lot more than what we are dealing with on the sun. It's almost like a microcosm. Think of Big Bang and sun are talking about sun and atom, right? It's like that big of a discrepancy between them. Have you ever watched space weather news? I do it all the time. I check the space weather pretty much all the time. Actually, in fact, there is a website called spaceweatherlive.com. It is being run by a non-profit organization. So this is the Space Weather Live. I'm a pro subscriber there. I do watch that all the time. And right now we are not dealing with anything major. The KP index is the one that I look at it. If it is in the KP index of 3, then we are good. Anything beyond 5 is a little bit difficult. Solar wind is at 420 kilometers. Anything above 600 is when things will be going wrong. Anywhere in the 200 to 300 to 400 is not that major speed of solar wind. The more solar activity is when you see more increase in the speed of the solar wind, which is going to be compressing our magnetosphere. And there are a bunch of other numbers. So I can go pretty geek on those numbers, but it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, please do subscribe. Please do watch my videos that I'm posting in. There is a Comet 3A Atlas video coming up, like what it is kind of thing. I'm combining that with the Comet 2026. And I'm putting in my observations there. There is an interesting red cloud circle around the moon here in Scotland tonight. Oh, really? Very interesting. Lucia, send me a picture in the email. You are a member, so I can share that with the team here. Take a picture with your cell phone and send me a picture in the email. I don't mind sharing that. If you guys send me an email, if you are a member, and if you remind me when I go live to share your pictures, I don't mind sharing your pictures, the ones that you took. I think that I can definitely do that. Just when you join live, remind me that you sent me an email because you are already a member, and I can share the pictures here in the live stream. I don't mind at all. Yeah, Lucia, no worries. I can share next week when we go live as well. Doesn't matter. Anyway, that's what we are dealing with, folks. Thank you for joining the live stream. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Please do look for the new videos and new live events that are coming up. Comet 2026, don't miss it. If you have a chance to look at live, if you are in the northern hemisphere, like particularly in the southern states, you might get a chance to look at it. If you are in the southern hemisphere, look in the morning. So the time we are dealing with is almost like 4 to 5 days. So just no matter where you are, look at sun setting and just look above that, and chances are if there is a comet out there, you might see it. Don't use your binoculars when sun is there. It's dangerous. And you can use your cell phone to take a picture of the comet if it is not that bright, and it will show you. And I did ask you in the yesterday's video that go and take a selfie with your comet in the background. It will be fantastic. So that's all I have for you all. Thank you for joining live stream. I'll see you all soon. Thank you.